This is the first time I've ever bought a flood car. Hey guys, it's Mark and Paul again. We are on the road, and if we're on the road together, that means we're picking up a car usually. So we're going down to Tanner, Alabama, and we're driving through the rain. We left at 4 o'clock this morning. It's 8:30, so we've been driving over 4 hours. Should be there in another 2 something. Alabama has weird laws, so this purchase was made through a broker. So I've never bought something through a broker where I had to actually, usually if you buy it through a broker, you have to have it transported to you. And I was having a hard time getting a transporter, so we're ended up having to go down here and pick it up ourselves. And so I'm not sure how complicated that's going to be since my name is not on the information. It's the broker, so I'm hoping I can not have problems getting it. But we'll let you know more when we get down here. This is the first time I've ever bought a flood car. They say that can be either a nightmare or a easy thing, but there's no body work on it. But if you do rebuilds long enough, you eventually will get suckered into buying a flood car just because they look so good on the pictures. So we'll see how bad it smells when we open it up for the first time, and how deep the water was in it. You can't really tell from the pictures how high the water was, if it was in it or anything. I know it's a run and drive, but
I get the mushrooms.
Yeah. Okay. We're back in the Copart lot loading area. Hey, I think that's the car right there. There it is right there. I've never done that before, just drive up and there it is. Hopefully it's as clean as I thought it was on the pictures. $13,000 miles. Definitely clean. Headlights are shot. Need to be finished, but are you ready for the big
Mushrooms?
yeah, to see if it stinks like crazy? Huh. I even probably smell
Smells like a pine tree.
Clean, don't you think?
Yes, it does. See what that bag is. Because it is full of water. That is.
So this is a flood car, and I don't know, like, how deep it got. Like, the carpets are not wet, the seats are not wet. I don't know if that's something that can suck the water out of the air. Probably is.
It's clean as a pan, don't What's that in the pouch there, Mark?
See, okay, here's like, that has not been wet, so it didn't get that high in here.
See what that is down there, that pouch.
That was wet.
That was wet.
So it probably got this high, I'd say. So we'll just take it all, everything out of it, take the carpet out, shampoo everything.
Most of us have seen the SRT badge on the front or rear of a high-performance Dodge product, but what does that really mean? What do those letters stand for, and how did they come to be on our favorite Mopar models?
SRT stands for Street and Racing Technology. Its beginning stems from 1989 with Team Viper, a special team of engineers assembled to produce the Dodge Viper. After they created the Viper, Dodge merged the group with Team Prowler, the engineers assigned to design the Plymouth Prowler. This combined group was named Special Vehicle Engineering, or SVE. They were renamed Performance Vehicle Operations for a short time, and then finally in 2004 were renamed SRT. All the performance-enhanced vehicles they had produced under the group's various names carried the SRT badge, so it made sense to give that name to the group.
The first vehicle to carry the SRT name was the Dodge Viper. This was followed by two 4-cylinder SRT4s, the Dodge Neon and the Dodge Caliber. Then came the one and only model to carry an SRT6 badge, the Chrysler Crossfire. This was also the only model other than the Viper to have a coupe and a convertible version.
In recent years, the SRT has been more popular than ever with the powerhouse versions of Challenger, Charger, and Grand Cherokee. But our focus is on the Crossfire SRT6. The car is the product of the merger between Chrysler and Mercedes in 1998, forming Daimler Chrysler. The SRT6 shared 89% of its parts with the Mercedes SLK 320 AMG. It was manufactured at the Karmann factory in Osnabrück, Germany, along with the SLK. The engine they share is a hand-built 3.2-liter 18-valve V6. It was produced in the AMG shop at Ofterbach, Germany.
The SRT6 differs from the base model Crossfire in several ways. Obviously, power is the biggest difference, but the SRT engine is also supercharged and produces 115 more horsepower than the base. It also has 50% stiffer suspension, bigger brake rotors, and a fixed wing instead of a motorized spoiler. The SRT has special wheels and special SRT6 Alcantara seats. The price of the SRT6 was $11,200 higher than the base model. In 2005, the SRT6 coupe price was $45,795, and the convertible was $49,995.
The performance of the SRT6 is impressive. Its 330 horsepower engine produces 310 foot-pounds of torque and has a top speed of 154 miles per hour and a 0 to 60 time of 5.1 seconds. Unfortunately, the SRT6 was not available with a manual transmission.
All right, so we've got the car on the trailer and we are headed back home. We got about a 6-hour drive, but everything went smooth. That was super easy, wasn't it? We didn't have any problems with the fact that we bought it through a broker.
No flats.
Yeah, no. Knock on wood or something. And Paul's already telling me that he likes this car a lot.
I know a lady that would like it.
Well, it is an automatic, which is not my thing, so glad to see. Well, we made it back home, and I am out of room at my house to put any more cars. And since this thing has to be put inside because of I gotta open it all up, get the interior out of it, and make sure there's no water damage underneath seats and all that. I need to be in a dry spot. I'm taking it to my mom's house where I'll put it up in the shop. She's got a really steep driveway, so I don't think I can get this trailer up there. I think it'll ground out. So I'm gonna try to get it at least started out here, see if I can get it up the hill. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a couple straps off, and then I'll mess around and see if I can get the battery to turn the car over. And if it won't, then I'm gonna have to come up with a plan B. But all right, so let's pop the hood. So nice having this trailer that's low now until I can open these doors. So we already checked the oil to make sure it didn't have water in the oil, so that's good. I'd also like to check and see if I see anything in transmission, but I don't know the transmission. dipstick is, if there is one. Aha, maybe. Okay, so that transmission dipstick, it says MB Workshop only. No idea what that means, but it's kind of like a sealed cap on that transmission, so I don't know what that means. And the battery has been disconnected, so that's a good thing. Maybe it's not going to be drained. So I'll just stick that back on there and see if we get power in there at the on the console. Let's see, but looks like we got antifreeze. So let's give it some juice to see if we hear any noises. Hey, you see a display. All right, 13,802. Sounds like a blinker's on. Or flashers, maybe. I hear some kind of clicking. Let me start it. Let's see if it'll got enough juice to start. Got here brake, which is on, seatbelt light, fuel light because it's almost out of fuel, airbag, which could be because we have there might be airbag modules underneath the seats or something. See how it looks under here. Oh, the blinker is okay. I bet we got some kind of immobilizer or something. It's like flashers on, but there's no flasher. Flasher is not on. Okay. It's gonna have to be stuff that we research. Oh, let's stop it. Everything's normal in here, so let's see if we can get it off the trailer. I think I see why they had the battery unhooked. Looks like the lights stay on. So there's going to be a lot of research type stuff on this about, like, okay, a flood car, what can make the lights stay on, and you know, I'm sure there's going to be electrical things I'm going to have to replace and figure out. But let's look while we've got this here real quick. Let's look and see what we have in the trunk, if the trunk will pop. I don't see. We'll research how to pop the trunk if this button doesn't work. So I'm anxious to see how much water. You know, to me it only looked like it was up to like here. So if it was, it shouldn't have got into any of this. If this stuff has got issues, then it's probably was higher. I know it didn't get in the glove box, so it had to be in here somewhere. But man, you don't feel any moisture, and the seats don't have anything that looks like they were wet. Like you would normally see lines around places where water was, you know. It's just all clean. Very strange. Let's see if the latch back here works. Nope. Yeah, well, we're gonna have our work cut out for us, I think. Trying to figure stuff out. Alright, it's the next day, and I did a little research last night, and I don't think the issue with all the locks and everything has anything to do with the flood. It seems like that's kind of a common thing. There's a lock control module that's down like in the floor back here, and they go bad quite a bit. They do go bad if they get moisture, like if you had a convertible and it rained on through the top and got it, it would go bad like that. But I can't imagine that the water got that high in the back of the
in this trunk to mess with it. And a lot of times they go bad just because. So it's hard to believe it would if only 13,000 miles on here, but it is, you know, like 16 years old. So the first thing we got to do is get into the trunk somehow. And there is a way to do it. I'm going to try it. You can go through the back here, up underneath where the license plate light is. You take this plate off right here, this light. There's a hole in there, and I think we can stick a screwdriver up in there enough to release this, the lock on that, hopefully. Central lock control module is all ran by air, I think, if I'm reading it correctly. And it runs the locks on the doors, the fuel door, the trunk lid, and just everything. So when you click the fob in your hand, the lights on this thing light up like it's receiving the signal. So there's no issue with the fob. It's just not sending the signal to the rest of the car to open the locks. So let's take that light off and see if that really does do the job. Right, so that was pretty doggone easy. So what we did was reach down in through there and just unlocked it through this hole here. Went in, and you can just kind of click it and it'll make it where it works. And I guess what that did is it would have been setting the alarm off if all this thing wasn't messed up, because it's got flashing lights. So let's hit the lock and unlock. I just unhooked the battery, and I'll mess with trying to figure all that out later. It probably all has to do with this thing I'm getting ready to find, I hope. But yeah, we got a lot of trash in here. Ooh, orange slices. Love those. And we got a good other floor mat. That's good. I do have to mention, I don't see anything in here wet. I mean, it's much like towels and stuff. Hey, that's the oil this thing takes. Mobil 1 0W40. I never even heard of that. Then none of this stuff is, like, the floor's not wet. There's none of this wet. Clean all this out, then I'll see if I can find that module they were talking about. Alright, so I've got all the trash cleaned out. I found some change, and the best thing, check it out, the window sticker. You never find these. So this car was originally $45,795 back in 2005. That was quite a bit. That's definitely cool. I always like finding those. Let's see what's underneath this mat. So all the tire stuff. Hey, some more money. Yeah. Oh, look, check it out. That's the original studs for the I guess the original wheels. We kept those. I don't have the wheels, but check it out. There's water in there. Aww. Alright, so if there's water in there, that means that module, I'm sure, got wet. So that's what fried it. So I'll have to figure out where that is exactly. It's up under here somewhere, I think. Take all this stuff out. What is that? Oh, it's a compressor, so that's still in here. That's cool. And all the jack and everything original is still in here, still in its packs. It's probably fixing flat. Still got the Mopar tire sealer. So let's get all this out, and I'm sure that's some kind of a plastic or a foam thing. Yeah. Oh, looks like you got to take panels off. I think the panels are up over the top of that, yep. So, do that real quick, and we'll pull those out and see if we can find that module. Alright, so I've got all the pieces I need out of there to see what I need to see. And what I need to see is this water standing in here. And there is our central locking module. So, definitely ruined by the water. Hey guys, thanks for watching this episode of Rebuild It. I'm back at my own shop now, working hard on the next video. And the next few videos we're not sure what order they're gonna go in. Working on 3 different cars, so I'm not sure if we're gonna have Solstice parts in, or have Porsche stuff painted, or have Crossfire stuff in.
But whatever it is, I'm sure you'll enjoy it. I hope you will. If you did enjoy this one, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and make sure you share us with your friends. We sure appreciate you watching. See you next week.
And always remember, don't retire it if you can rebuild it. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in and watching this week's episode of Rebuild It. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any awesome content. Have a good one.